Memo reports, and after that, it's when we're going to run that exclusive interview with the CJ.
The Opposition National Super Alliance legal team arrived at the Supreme Court before 1 o'clock to file its interlocutory application and written submissions in support of its petition disputing final results of the presidential election.
So what we have filed is an application seeking the scrutiny and an audit of the election materials and the servers and the logs that were used during the elections. We had a copy, a soft copy of what the IBC had filed as required under the law within 48 hours. And I think we have a bombshell that, looking at it on the trial, we will demonstrate that there was a fraud, a forgery committed.
In its defense, the IEBC says the presidential election was conducted in accordance with the Constitution, the IEBC Act, the Elections Act, and regulations thereunder. The Commission says no Forms 34A have been altered or tampered with, as alleged by NASA.
That many of the papers that the IEBC has filed and which they gave to us, a majority of them are forgeries. They are fake. They do not have the security features that are required.
Jubilee's presidential candidate Uhuru Kenyatta, in his affidavit, has made use of maps to show that he won the election. Uhuru says the difference between the votes cast in his favor and those cast in favor of NASA's Raila Odinga is 1.4 million votes. Uhuru says that despite such clear victory, quote, Raila has continuously disparaged the electoral win and coined such demeaning remarks as computer-generated leaders, end of quote. Uhuru says Jubilee as a party won a majority of positions in all the other 5 elections conducted the same day. Uhuru argues the deputy president and him are not computer-generated leaders. Uhuru had denied NASA's claims that he contravened the rule of law and the principle of conduct of a free and fair election through the use of intimidation, coercion of public officers, and improper influence of voters. Uhuru says the allegations are devoid of any evidentiary or legal basis. In his affidavit, Raila Odinga says IEBC has tampered with the results and continues to do so. Raila says this is especially clear in those instances where the results in Forms 34A are not in consonance with the results in Forms 34B and or the IEBC portal. Interestingly, in response, IEBC says the statistics and images on its public portal did not constitute the results of the presidential election. IEBC says that the data displayed on the public portal was statistics and not results as alleged. Raila says he has been persuaded and verily believes to be true that the results leading to the declaration of Uhuru Kenyatta as president-elect were computer-generated from a computer algorithm that had an 11% factor marinated throughout the transmission of results with small variations. The pre-trial conference has been set for Saturday, 7 p.m. before the Supreme Court of Kenya. The judges will start hearing applications from parties seeking to join the petition challenging President Kenyatta's re-election.
When I last checked, we had like 4 such applications, and those are some of the things that will be determined tomorrow. So it's tomorrow that the court will determine what to do with them, whether to join them, whether to consolidate their matters.
Security has also been beefed up around the Supreme Court and will remain so until the final verdict on the petition is delivered next week, Friday.
It's necessary for us to just enhance security for purposes of crowd control, just to make sure that the proceedings are not disrupted, that the registry is not disrupted, and that there is order as the case goes on.
200 journalists, both local and foreign, have been accredited to cover the proceedings. The court has set up a special tent where media will monitor the hearings. Patrick Amimo, KTN News.
Many thanks, Amimo, for that report. Of course, we do expect that pre-trial conference to kickstart tonight at 7 p.m., where definitely all eyes will be on the Supreme Court and on the 7-judge bench that are going to, determine this case. And definitely we're going to get a final ruling by Friday. There you go. The president has already filed his defense, and it's not just him. We've also